As I wrestled with the best way to describe the year ahead in 2025, the key term that kept coming to mind was disruption. The disruption that we're experiencing now is actually a carryover from 2024. Americans watched the unprecedented decision by the Democratic Party to substitute Vice President Kamala Harris as their presidential candidate in lieu of the incumbent, Joe Biden. Americans went to the polls, and according to the most common exit polling and surveys, they voted for a change in the direction of our country. These changes included the economy. Inflation has been anything but transitory, security at the border, and America's role in the world relative to the ongoing military conflicts, including Russia, now with North Korea, Ukraine, as well as the continued conflict between Hamas and Israel. During our previous Stewardship Mastery session, we referenced the stock market history with different combinations of which party may have been the majority in Congress as well as in the executive branch. You may recall hearing the idea that Wall Street seems to prefer a divided government. A divided government has been associated with the various branches keeping each other in check and avoiding extremes in policymaking. We're always mindful that the past performance doesn't predict or guarantee future results, but my personal conviction is that the accumulation of issues present at the time has a greater impact than the person who might be in the White House or Congress at that time. Think back to the historic market corrections from when the dot-com bubble burst or when the financial crisis hit. We can also reflect on the extreme measures that were required as we navigated the global pandemic. Our current menu of critical issues includes our ongoing support for Israel and Ukraine, reaching a humane and structured approach to immigration, bringing down prices in the economy, as well as the impending time frame to modify Social Security before the trust fund runs out of money. The most recent estimate is that by the year 2034, unless changes are made, the Social Security system will be on a pay-as-you-go structure. With only the payroll taxes available to fund benefits, we will face a potential benefit decrease of 24%. Now, while this is very unlikely to happen, the longer we delay in how we address this vital program, the more significant that medicine will be. The Trump administration is adding to the disruption by instituting a comprehensive review on government waste. You may have heard that President-elect Trump has appointed Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy to lead this initiative. Their goal is to conduct a comprehensive top-to-bottom review of government spending to look for areas where there may be duplication, inefficiency, or waste. Any large bureaucracy is likely to have areas of inefficiency. But prepare yourself for the "this is the end of the world if this government agency gets cut" type headlines. During the global pandemic, virtually every business and household had to review expenses just as a means of surviving the economic shutdown. It may turn out to actually be a healthy process for an organization as large as the federal government. Trade policy will be another potential area of disruption. Referring back to the pandemic, we realize that it can be dangerous to have such a high dependence on countries like China for so much of the goods we consume. President-elect Trump is using the threat of tariffs to bring countries to the negotiating table over exports to the U.S. As we have witnessed with the recent resignation of Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau, the tariff issues were cited as one of the reasons for his recent resignation. This is a complex issue. We're often able to obtain goods and services at lower costs because of the lower labor costs in other countries. But this can put American workers at a disadvantage. From a practical standpoint, are inflation-weary Americans willing to pay more for products and services that are sourced here within the U.S.? The incoming administration has also expressed interest in the support for cryptocurrency. My son Daniel recently made a few comments about cryptocurrency that I found fascinating. Dad, does anybody even really know what cryptocurrency is, was his first question. And my answer was, it reminded me of pure speculation and that people should limit their investment accordingly. He shrugged his shoulders and he said, well, I guess there isn't much behind the US dollar either, given that we're over $30 trillion in debt. Now, while he has a point, the fact that our dollar has the US government behind it has historically contributed to it being the primary currency across the world. There's also an environmental impact related to cryptocurrency. Several countries have now banned or limited mining for Bitcoin because of the enormous carbon footprint required to do that data mining. More disruption. And if the issues above aren't enough, there's the explosion of artificial intelligence, AI. The pace of change in AI is so rapid that even last month's breakthroughs in AI may be obsolete just a few months later. AI will be a force that innovates as well as disrupts. Some believe that the impact of AI will be more profound than what we experienced with the microchip. The visual at the beginning of this video was a collaboration of several iterations between myself and ChatGPT. AI is innovating so rapidly that we are having a challenge even estimating the efficiency and its potential impact that it will deliver to our economy. While some jobs may be lost or displaced due to AI, this is only part of the story. There is also massive opportunity for individuals and companies who harness the power of this incredible technology. So, what is an investor to do given the disruption ahead? My answer won't get me invited on Fox Business, nor will it make headlines, nor will someone decide they want to subscribe to a secret newsletter with a secret formula. So what do? We invest according to your goals with appropriate risk tolerance. We keep enough in places like cash, bonds, annuity payments, etc., to provide for any withdrawals that are needed in the near future. And we remain so focused on your goals that we don't allow the headlines of the day to distract us. And we leverage the research of some of the world's leading investment management firms to adjust course along this path of disruption. I will leave you with a quote that reminds us that with disruption also comes opportunity. When patterns are broken, new worlds emerge. To your true wealth in 2025. I'll see you next time.